Hi Samir.
We'll start the session in 5 minutes, okay? Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Raj Agarwal ji, you didn't understood the Dockers last week.
Actually, I attended only half of the class.
That's right. See, containers are nothing but Dockers. Dockers are nothing but we call Docker containers. Rather than VMs, virtual machines, here we are calling it as containers. Okay, so the Docker is a technology which maintains the containers. So in Amazon, the same thing we call it as ECS, Elastic Container Service. In generic, we call it as Docker. There's no difference. So it is like if you ask me, there are so many Linux platforms are there, right? Red Hat Linux is there, SUSE Linux is there, Mandrake is there, Fedora is there, um, CentOS is there. All these are the Linux platforms. You are aware, right? These all are the different Linux.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Yeah, this is similar to the Linux platforms only. Containers are same kind of a concept. Okay, so containers are what you can use. The same containers in Amazon is also providing ECS, Elastic Container Service. Microsoft Azure is also providing the container service. So all this, what happens is that same to same what you are doing like Dockers. Dockers is an open source product where you can download and you can install. Suppose if I want to make a container, I can install that container in my laptop. In my own laptop, I can go to docker.com, download the Docker, install in the Windows. Top of that, I can create the containers. So like how you create VMs, virtual machines in VMware Workstation or ESXi, similar way you can create the containers. The only difference is that container is application level isolation, and in your VMware, the virtual machine is hardware level isolation. That's the only difference. Rest all things are same. Okay, so that is what we have covered in the last week session about our containers. We are left with only two things. That is also overview. One is called as EMR, Elastic Map Reduce, and the last one we have, which we have left with, is that workspaces. Amazon Workspaces. What is Amazon Workspaces? These two topics are things which are the basics of the overview on these topics have been left. Rest all topics has been covered from EC2 till all those things. Now, how many people have cleared the assessments? Have you tried the writing the assessments or not yet started?
Completed my certification, Samir.
Who is this?
Najunda.
Oh, congratulations. How was the exam?
It was good.
Okay, very good, very good. So how many questions you got and how much score you got?
Today morning I just wrote an exam.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll be getting my overview details, score details within next 24 to 48 hours.
No, but they will give you the printout. No, you did online.
Yes, I did online.
Oh, okay. Generally, they'll give you a printout. Okay.
Okay, now no, they said us pass. They said that within 5 days you will be getting a mail detailed score sheet.
Very good. So how was the questions? Very tough, easy, normal?
Normal, medium.
Okay. Okay. So networking, how many you got? Storage means which topic you got more questions?
Like networking, I think 5, 6, 7. I think.
Mostly you'll get in network. Rest all things will be here and there. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You'll get.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right. Okay. And anything you got out of box? 2 questions should come out of box for sure.
Yes, yes. So I think I'm not wrong. Some ECS they asked.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
One question.
Yeah.
And easy, like it's all related to scenario based. Nothing like
Yes.
the answer will be same. And another thing, the dump which you have sent, it was very much helpful. And assignment questions, most of all, assignment question also be present.
That's the reason I asked everyone to complete the assessment, because if you complete the assessments, in that only you will get maximum will be covered.
Yes, yes, yes. In Webson assignments, what we are having 4 sets.
Yes.
Most probably like all, not almost, but most probably number of questions was higher. The same-
Yes, 50-60% you will get from those assignments only.
Yes, yes.
Next,
yes.
if you prepare dumps and if you prepare by yourself, you can easily pass. It is not so much tough.
Mhm.
Sir, dumps where you have shared, sir?
That I kept it in the group. If you want, again, I'll share you. Okay, those dumps will be helpful for you to clear the exams. But if you write the assessments, right, I think that will be helpful. So there are 4 assessments. If you clear that, you will be able to easily manage.
Please
Samir,
share
how I
the dumps now. Share the dumps, please.
Samir, how can get assessment?
No, in your LMS it will be there. Nanjinda, how did you access the assessment? Can you just answer?
LMS portal, like it was assigned to my LMS portal.
But I did try, but I did not get any.
Thing that you just ping with Shenaz or
Saurabh,
Saurabh, yeah.
they will help you.
Yes, yes.
Nanjunda, can you give your contact number so that we can call you offline?
Ping me in WhatsApp.
Can you give your contact number, please?
I think my WhatsApp in this group also I'm having.
I will give you Shivling if you want. I'll give him his number. You can contact.
Okay, okay.
But you can, for the assessments, you can contact Saurabh. Saurabh will help you. I will put it in the group. Okay. Anybody written? Any other people written the assessments?
Not started, sir.
Yeah, I have given.
Yes, yes.
started.
I have given.
So have you passed?
Yeah, in one assignment I got 96%, and
Otherwise?
other assignments I got 91% and 92% like this.
So you passed all the assessments, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you have passed all the assessments, you can take the voucher and you can start.
Yeah, I have sent mail to Komal to give the voucher today.
Okay, then you can clear the exams. So let me give you 2 projects now. Okay, you need to do by yourself. Don't copy and do it. Okay, this is just out of box project. Whoever wants, note down this project in your notepad and try to do it. So this will be helpful for getting for the job. Okay.
Okay.
Project 1. This is a real-time project. Okay. You have noted down? I already kept it in the group also. Okay. So let us go through with one by one project. I will not tell you how to do it and all. You need to think, you need to plan, and you need to come up with the solution. Okay. Okay. The first one, I'll explain what is the project requirement. Customer wants to migrate the existing ESXi environment. ESXi is nothing but VMware platform which they are using in cloud. Okay, they want to migrate from the ESXi environment to AWS platform, which has 32 VM in production and 32 in test. Means they have some VMs in the production they have and some VMs they have in the test platform. And when you migrate, you also need to consider about your licenses. Like when you're migrating, right? What about the licenses? So on-premises OS licenses will be there. Then when you're moving to the cloud, how do you manage those licenses and what is that best practices you're going to follow? So there are two things. First thing is that when you say project means two things. Two are there. One is high level design, low level design. So I am not asking you HLD high level or low level design. I'm asking you basic design means, try to do by yourself on, what all services you will use. And if you want to migrate from ESXi to your AWS platform, you can just simply do it in your local computer by creating a VM and trying to migrate. If you're trying to migrate, what all services you need to use in AWS and what all dependency services are required. If you are planning to migrate, what things you need to consider, whether it is a hot migration or a cold migration. Hot means live migration. Cold means server is shut down and then you're migrating. So what are the different layers of migration and how does it helps? And what all services you will use in the background and what services you need to take care. All those things you need to put point to point in your migration strategy. Okay. And you need to make a document and you can send it to me. I will review that and I'll tell you whether your migration plan is correct or not. So points to be considered is that first thing is that the diagram should be there. If you don't know how to do it in Project Visio or anything, just do it in a notepad or a white paper. Draw the diagram how you're trying to migrate. Just share that in the PDF document or one not or in your WhatsApp. Anything is fine. So once you do, there come couple of things you need to note, like what all services you will use when you're trying to migrate. Like when you say VM migration, first step, what will you do? Second step, what will you do? So before writing the steps, what all services are required in AWS? What are things you need to take care on your on-premises environment? Those things you need to list down. And what kind of a migrations you are planning to do, whether it's a hot migration or a cold migration. So all those things you need to plan and you need to do it. Okay, this is project 1. And project 2 is nothing but customer using on-premises Windows servers. He want to take the complete backup onto on-premises to AWS platform. Means he has his on-premises environment where he want to take the backups. Okay, so if he want to take the backup of his on-premises environment to AWS platform, how he can take the backup from on-premises to cloud, and what kind of a VPC network he can plan. So that you need to plan. Like on-premises means, let's assume that in your laptop you have VM, and from cloud I want to take the backup of that particular VM. Is it possible or not? If it is possible, how it is possible? What network I need to create? How I need to manage? And I also mentioned, right, please make sure you plan VPC network along with your on-premises network. And you can also use AWS Direct Connect for connectivity. Means I'm telling that if you want to use Direct Connect also, you can use it as a diagram, but you cannot do the lab for testing. If for the testing, you can use a normal broadband internet connection. But if you want to do through Direct Connect also, no problem. Just prepare a high level plan and let me know how exactly you're going to do this. On-premises network backup means I want to take the backup of my on-premises environment. So if I want to take, what backup solution I'll use in AWS, how will I take the backup, what kind of a solution I need to plan. That is one more project. And third project, it is very nowadays very hot project. People who knows these skills will be good. Customer want to leave Azure platform, means he don't want to be in Azure, he want to move to AWS. If he is planning to move from Azure to AWS, how and what kind of a solution you will provide? And can you give some highlights on Cloud Endure? So there is a service called Cloud Endure in AWS, which is a migration strategy service. So what is that service and how do we use it? So these 3 projects is what, if you have these 3 projects knowledge, anybody who want to get into cloud architect as a migration expert, migration strategic analyst, or cloud solutions architect, cloud enterprise architect, cloud pre-sales guy, for them, these are the major projects which nowadays market is looking for. Okay. You understood the 3 projects? Anybody has any questions on this project understanding? Hello.
No, sir, maybe understood.
Okay. So try to do this by yourself, and this is just an add-on for you. This is nothing mandatory. It is optional. If you try this, it will be helpful for your job and opportunity purpose. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
सर EXI के लिए अपने लैपटॉप में क्या कौन सा सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल करना पड़ेगा?
वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. सो ESXi के लिए मैं लैपटॉप में ESXi एनवायरनमेंट बनाना है माइग्रेशन के लिए, नहीं तो नॉर्मल VM. सो देखो, ESXi बना के करना है तो कर सकते हो, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट इट रिक्वायर्स वेरी हाई एंड हार्डवेयर. ओके, सो प्रैक्टिकली यू कांट डू. व्हाट यू कैन डू इज दैट सिंपल VMware वर्कस्टेशन इंस्टॉल करो, उसमें VM बनाओ और उस VM को माइग्रेट करने के लिए कोशिश करो. Okay.
Samir, can you share this notepad?
I kept it in the group already, in the WhatsApp group. I will forward you.
Already?
Yeah. So I'll put it in your group.
11:30.
I will share it.
11:30 group.
I'll share it. Okay. So now these projects are, it is your interest. If you want to do it, you can do. It's not mandatory, but this will help you to, get you some knowledge. So that's the reason I given. And there are two fundamental topics are left over. That is EMR, Elastic Map Reduce, and workspaces is one more. So AWS Workspace is a service which Amazon is providing you. Desktop is a solution. Do you know VDI? Have you any guys heard about VDI? What is the purpose of VDI?
Yeah, virtual development.
Virtual desktop infrastructure. Anybody is aware about it?
Yeah. Actually, हम लोग VDI के अंदर में ही.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Hello.
मैंने बोला VDI के अंदर में ही हम लोग काम करते हैं ऑफिस का सब कुछ.
Yeah. So let me explain you what is VDI. So this is one service. So in this is service of AWS, but there are so many services are there. So let me explain you. 1 second. Let me draw the diagram and just give you some idea. 1 second. I'm just opening. Okay, so let me know if you're able to see my MS Paint screen. Okay, so now see, this is my cloud platform. Okay, VDIs are nothing but virtual desktops, like where you can create multiple operating systems. These are only client operating systems. Now the advantage is that, see, nowadays what happens is that everyone are working from home. Now everyone are logging in from their own laptop and they're doing their work. Just imagine, can't they use the scripts what belongs to company? Let's assume that we have here Shivaling is there, and we have Akhilesh is there, Ankit is there. Let's assume three developers. They are preparing one software, XYZ software, for one of the customer. Just take an example. Okay, and all three are working from home. Okay, now Akhilesh got an idea that why can't we sell this software to some XYZ company, a different company, which they are working for one company and they want to sell this software to some other company to make money. Just take an example. Okay, suppose if he wants to do it, can't he copy the scripts? Can't he copy the code? Tell me, yes or no?
Yes, he can copy.
Yeah.
Right, he can easily copy, right? So now let's assume that if they are not doing in their own laptop, if they are doing in the company provided laptop, and that is remotely connected, and where they don't have an access to download or anything, how can they do it? So they will not have anything, right? It will be restricted. So they are just connecting and they're doing their work. Once their work is done, they log off and they come out. So they cannot do any kind of a download of the files, download of the data, download of the any kind of content from that laptop to means that operating system to the local laptop. Means everything securely kept in one of the servers, so that whatever the activities they are doing, everything is stored in that particular location and nothing has been locally copied or locally cached. Now the advantage here for this solution is that it is VDI solution, virtual desktop infrastructure. Means whatever they want to do on the company platform, they are only doing in the company platform. They are not doing anything in the locally. The local laptop is just for the connectivity. From my laptop, I'll be connecting to the desktop. Once my work is done, I will log out. That's it. I will not able to copy nor I will be able to access anything in that laptop. In that operating system only, they will have an access to their company files, their company documents, everything. In their laptop, it is just a dummy. It is just used for connectivity. So VDI is a solution which will help customers to which will give the customers a solution to access and give the connectivity with the easiest solution and secure solution, and where people can work on Windows or Linux operating system, and they're not charging anything. They're charging based on their usage. So Amazon is providing a solution called as Workspace, which is a secure desktop as service solution, which will provide Windows and Linux desktops. In a few seconds, you can deploy the desktops across the globe, and you can pay only hourly or monthly basis. And the other thing is that it is on-premises VDI solution. It is everything is stored in the cloud and you are connecting locally. And the other thing is that the main advantage of VDI is that, suppose, first thing is that security. Second thing is that anywhere, any device, any connectivity, any from anywhere you can connect. Third thing is that managing the hardware, inventory, OS versions, patches. Suppose there are 100 virtual desktops are there. If they want to do the patching, if they want to do the managing, all those things will become very, very easy when it comes to this VDI solution. So, before this came into the market, Amazon Workspace, there is a solution called a Citrix Workspace. Before the VDIs, for VDI, the BAP, we can say that in the father of the VDIs is nothing but Citrix. Citrix is a company which used to do this application virtualization, desktop virtualization. This is a concept of application and desktop virtualization. So I'm not sure how many people are aware. Have you ever worked on Citrix? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Samir.
Yes.
Do you have any history about Citrix? How it started? How exactly this solution came? Anyone knows?
No, Samir, I'm not aware.
Okay, I'll just give you some basics so you will understand this, how exactly this solution came into the picture. If anybody asks you, you can answer that. So see, basically what happened is that very in olden days, so there was a person called Ed Lokobuki. Okay, you will not get this information in internet, because people who worked in this Citrix company will know, because I worked in Citrix very long back. Okay, so there was a person called Ed Lokobuki. This guy is actually working in a company called IBM. Okay, so in IBM, this guy was working as a OS2 developer. Have you anybody heard about OS2? OS2 is an operating system, very old operating system of IBM. Okay, so this guy was working as a developer. So that time in 1980s, he got an idea. Why can't in a single machine, multiple people will work? So very long back, means now it is 21. See, almost 20 years before, when this guy is working in IBM, he got an idea called, why can't in a single machine, multiple people can work? So in a single machine, multiple people can work.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware?
And,
Nowadays,
and
yes,
computing also.
suppose let's assume I have a Linux machine or a Windows machine. Can multiple people can work in a
Yeah,
single
yes,
Windows machine?
yes. Windows machine.
If they want to work, what is that required?
And computing systems.
You need to install something called as
Remote desktop.
services. All right. In the Linux machine, multi-terminal, right? So now you are able to access in a Linux machine, multiple people are able to create terminals and they are able to connect, correct? Olden days, 20 years before, it was not like that. One server, one machine, one person only used to work. Now what's happened? In a single machine, so many different people are working very easily. But before it was not like that. Single person, single machine, they used to work. Now, what this Ed Lokobuki did is that to get this solution. So when he was working in IBM, he went to his management and said that, sir, I want to make in a single machine, multiple people want to work. That kind of a solution I want to do is what his vision was. Whose vision? Ed Lokobuki. Now, this guy, what he did is that he implemented a solution called as multi-terminal solution and he presented to IBM. But IBM rejected it. What IBM said is that, boss, if you do this, servers will, because his vision was clear, but how strategically, how financially it will work, he was not clear that time. So what happened is that IBM didn't approve his solution. He approached multiple times to the company, but they didn't approach. Means they didn't approve his solution and they rejected it. So he did couple of R&Ds and all those things. If you don't like your organization, what will you do if they're not supporting you? You will move out.
Leave the company.
Right? So you will resign, right? So the same thing. What this guy did, he came out of that company and he started a company called Citrus. Okay. So in this company called Citrus, what he did is that same solution in a single machine, why can't multiple people can work? He want to prepare that solution, but to do that, he needs an operating system. He tested in OS2, but OS2 belongs to IBM. Now he can't do the same testing in OS2. Then what he did, he went to Microsoft. He tried to convince Microsoft. Microsoft also didn't agree the solution. They also not agreed. So what he did is that finally he started, to find out some other alternative way. Then what he did is that he approached a company called as Unix. It is not a company. It's basically a open source firm where in the laboratories they do the testing. He asked that, I want to do a testing called multi-terminal solution on the Unix platform. Can I do it? So open source. So he took it. They have provided the source code. Then he started implementing. Then what happened is that he was able to successfully deliver that multi-terminal solution in the Unix platform, means where multiple people are able to access the Unix. So he has given that for free of cost to Unix, means he has developed it and he made it the code embedded so that people started using multiple terminal and it became very successful. The same thing he want to develop in Microsoft. So to develop that in the Microsoft platform, he needs a support from Microsoft solution. Okay. So to do that, Microsoft solution, multi-terminal solution. So what he did is that he want to talk to Microsoft, but that time he was very small company. They didn't given, that much benefit. So what he did is that he made this solution in Citrus plus Unix. So what he did is that he made a company called as Citrix. How? Citrus, you take that US and take that Unix, remove together. He made a company called Citrix, where he prepared a WinFrame. In Windows, he made a solution called multi-terminal, that RDS service solution, which he did in WinFrame, very old technology. First, initially started with the help of Microsoft, because once he made a Citrix, because Unix is helping them, that company grew from WinFrame. It became MetaFrame. Then it became MetaFrame became presentation server. Then it became ZenApp. Then Zen Desktop. then Zenscaler. Like this, keep on Citrix products came into the market. So like that, Citrix become famous. Now they became famous for application virtualization and desktop virtualization. Now, basically, what exactly it means is that in a single server, multiple people to work. This was actually a solution prepared by Ed Lokobuki, very long back, who is the owner of the CEO of, not CEO, chairman of Citrix company. That is how this came into the market. So these people are the creators for the application virtualization. So application virtualization, now this we have in VMware also has different companies are using application virtualization, desktop virtualization. So if you take VMware has VDI, Citrix has something called as Zen Desktop. Same to same desktop virtualization, Amazon is having something called as AWS Workspace. The concept is same. The concept is what? Creating multiple desktops in cloud platform. This Citrix or VMware VDI or AWS Workspace, it is only meant for desktop operating system only, which means that only Windows operating system, Linux operating system, only those operating systems they can provide in the cloud platform. That is how they became famous in the market. So the same Citrix and VMware solution only, Amazon is giving you Workspace, AWS Workspace. You can log into service and you can create the desktops and you can start using those desktops, and they're charging you pay per monthly basis. So you number of hours you use, you need to pay for it. It is simple, same login, deploy the desktop, connect and use the desktop. Same like how you're seeing my screen with Windows operating system, same to same, you'll get it in the AWS platform. This is one solution which Amazon is giving, that is called as AWS Workspace. Okay, clear? Any questions on Workspace?
No, sir. Let's continue.
Okay, and
Samir, what
yeah.
is the difference? BM and EC2, those are working the same, right? VDI, like
Yeah, so EC2 is about server operating system. VDI is the solution for desktop operating system.
Okay.
We can use it as a client system.
Client's machine, correct? Exactly. It is only for client operating system. Okay. And the last service for the overview, we have something called as EMR. This is a service for, not for us. This is basically for people who are into big data. So anybody know what is big data? Have you heard about it?
Yes, Samir.
Can anybody explain me what is big data?
Big data mostly used for the data processing.
Basically,
for the sales, if they need a report for particular sales area.
Huge amount of data which may be like structured or unstructured.
big data, what I understand is it is a repository of data warehousing wherein bulk data are getting stored, and company or the enterprises, they try to uh, infer out some patterns basis their customer or their client feedbacks.
Very good. Okay, so let me explain you. So basically data means, data is nothing but it is a place where you store all kinds of files, pictures, videos, and blah, blah, blah things, right? So big data is nothing but it's a collection of data in a huge volume, like very high size volume, where your traditional data management becomes very tough to manage those things. So big data came into the picture, like where you have very, very huge data. So if you say, you might ask, sir, what do you mean by very, very huge data? Okay. New York Stock Exchange. Anyone know New York Stock Exchange or Bombay Stock Exchange? BSE, NSE, Nifty. I think you people should be aware about it. You might have heard stock
Stock
niche gaya,
market.
stock upar gaya,
Yes.
right?
Yes, yes,
So
yes, sir. Yeah.
every day stock exchange generates terabytes of a data in every trade what they do. Means every day they will get some terabytes of data, means huge terabytes of data. Every day social media platforms like Facebook or Instagram, those people generate more than 500 plus terabytes of data every single day, just a single day. Okay. Same way, like, your airways or airline industry also generates some petabytes of data. Now, all this data is what? There are some are structured data, some are unstructured data, some are semi-structured data. What do you mean by structured data? What do you mean by unstructured data? And what do you mean by semi-structured data? Structured data means it is nothing but like where your SQL, like where you have employee, employee ID, gender, blah, 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 right? Unstructured data means data is there, which is doesn't have any relation. It's all unorganized, or you can say not in a proper format. Semi-structured data means some information is there, some information is not there, semi-structured. So to get all these things in a single platform and do the data processing, we need such a kind of a solution which can do this huge data processing into a single solution. So this huge data processing single solution, we have something called as big data. So big data is a solution which does all this kind of a huge data processing solution for a technologies like data warehousing or background, data, big data technologies, we say like data analytics and other stuff. If you want to organize all this data, whether it is a structured or a unstructured or semi-structured or a volume or velocity or any kind of a different data, or to improve the data on the service level, on on the optimization of the data, you need to have a solution called as big data, which what it will do is that it will organize, it will optimize, and it will transform your larger data into a proper solution by using background with different types of services. So Amazon is providing you a solution called as an EMR, Elastic Map Reduce, which is a managed cluster platform which simplifies big data frameworks such as Apache Hadoop. So Apache is one of the technology. Apache Hadoop is one of the technology for the big data. Apache Spark and Redshift is also there in Amazon. So these kind of solution, open source projects or open source solution uses this EMR, Amazon, what is say that what is that Elastic Map Reduce. So Amazon EMR will transforms all your large amounts of data into simple data stores, and it will provide a solution to optimize this kind of a data with the solution of your data warehousing. So you can use all this data warehousing and data analytical tools to optimize your big data solution. Now, how that big data works, how to install Hadoop, how to configure Spark, how to configure what is that big data analytics, data warehousing. This is again a separate altogether a course called as Big Data and Hadoop Specialty. There is in Amazon, there's one more course called as AWS Big Data Hadoop and Specialty course. There you will be learning only about data and data analytics. Somebody who want to move their career into data side, data analytics, then they need to get into this solution called as Big Data and Hadoop Specialty. There you will understand how to configure the big data for the business intelligence purpose or analytics purpose or data side, or using the third-party tools like Redshift or Apache Hadoop or Apache Spark, where you can analyze and optimize your data. So this is also one more solution which Amazon is providing you. This is just, they will ask you one question to understand what do you know about EMR, but they're not going to test you or they're not going to give you any lab or anything. This is just to understand what is this EMR I have informed you. Okay. So this, if you use it, you will in future, you might be people who want to get into data side. So what Amazon did is that Amazon in the technologies, The first level, solution architect, associate is the first level. Now, people who want to get into networking side, want to become a masters in networking, they can learn AWS advanced networking specialty. And with the solution architect advanced networking, you need to only search for a job related to only network architecture, network expert, network consultant. So remember here, specialization. Okay. Now, solution architect associate will allow you to do only some 5 to 6 kinds of jobs, like cloud consultant, cloud operations engineer, cloud admin, cloud architect, cloud enterprise architect, cloud sales consultant, cloud pre-sales guy, this kind of a role. Now let's assume that somebody is from background of database and they want to move towards the data and database side. So what they need to do is that they need to learn big data and Hadoop, or they need to learn only database migrations in Amazon. So like this, they need to build their career only in the database, and they need to put their profile as a data expert in cloud, so that they are focusing only on the data side. Now, somebody want to get into automation side, then they need to learn DevOps part, like Dockers, like container services, Dockers container services, Elastic Beanstalk, AWS Lambda. Then they can learn Chef, they can learn Puppet, they can learn Ansible, they can learn Jenkins, they can learn Git, GitHub. All those things, if they learn, they can go towards the automation side. Or somebody who want to become masters in not in automation, not in development, and not in networking. They want to be only focusing on the core streaming solution and all. Then for those people, they need to learn Kinesis, application streaming, all those things they need to learn. Or if somebody who want to be master in the development area, code commit, code deploy, and all those things, services you need to learn. So what Amazon has done is that now you know the base. From here, which level you want to choose, you can choose based on your past experience. Suppose somebody was working in purely networking. Now you know the AWS solution architect, top of that learn advanced networking, or learn the security area of the networking, like cloud security, like where you need to learn, focus on EKS, that is KMS, that is key management service, or CMS, certificate management service. Like these kind of services you can learn, and you can put the focus in that. No, you want to learn something related to not to security, but you want to learn towards the Dockers and Kubernetes. Amazon is something called, we have EKS, Elastic Kubernetes Service, and we have something called as OpsWork, where we cover Chef and Puppet. Like these automation services along with DevOps you can learn. So based on those skills, you need to prepare your profile. Okay. Now what you can do is that whoever wants to change their profile and they want to move to the cloud, you can ping me offline and first send me your existing profile. I need to see your existing profile, and you tell me your past experience. Accordingly, you need to tell which kind of a job you are looking for. If you're looking for development side, then you need to put the services which are related to development. If you're looking for big data and Hadoop, you need to put on the big data and Hadoop. If you're looking for only cloud architecture side, then what you learned is enough. So it depends upon those use cases, those subjects, you need to modify your resume. Clear?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Sir, how the resume building is going to happen, sir? Whether in the class or
No, it will not be in class. It is one-on-one. So I cannot share your resume to whole people, right? So what you need to do is that you ping me in offline. First, I need to get your resume. What is there in currently you have in your resume? Then I will send you based on your past experience. I'll tell you what all things you need to remove and what all things you need to add. And those things, once you start adding, then you revise your profile and send it back to me. Once it is good, then I will tell you, then you can send it to the HR team. So there are so many openings are coming up. You can start, going for interviews.
okay, and how the interview preparation is going to happen, sir, for that particular role?
See, it is like this. First thing what you need to do is that you need to go to LinkedIn. Okay. And whatever the HR is sending, you just go through that job description. And based on those job description, whatever you learned, you already have videos, you already have dumps, all those things, you already have assessments. Go through those assessments, go through those videos, and also the FAQ documents which I told you, right? If you go to AWS, if you type every service, there is a FAQ documents are there. You start reading those documents based on JD what you got it, and accordingly the profile also you will update it, right? So there will be chances of clearing the interviews will be faster. Yeah, so that's the reason I always recommend first go to LinkedIn, search for what kind of a role. First you need to decide what kind of a role you want to go. Do you want to go for do you want to go for the architect role, or do you want to go for what kind of a role you want to go? That is what first you need to discuss. Like, you want to go as an admin role, you want to go as an architect role. So based on that, you can discuss and plan.
Okay, sir.
Samir, do we have any specific dumps also?
I shared you in the group now the dumps what I have. If you see your WhatsApp number, it is there. So you can refer those dumps.
So these are specific to networking or?
No. It is not specific to any networking or anything. It is in general dumps for all the services.
Amir.
Yeah.
मेरा नंबर 1130 बैच पे मुझे कुछ भी नहीं है, थोड़ा देखिए.
भेज दिया हूँ, चेक कर लो एक बार.
नहीं, मेरा नंबर 1130 बैच पे.
हाँ, उसी में भेजा हूँ, एक बार चेक कर लो ना.
हाँ, ओके. Yes.
So these dumps will be helpful for I shared in all the groups.
Yeah.
No. I'm not going to show workspaces and other things. And there's an overview. You can just log in and you can deploy. It's not the very toughest lab. You can just log in to EC2 service. And yes, you can try from your side. You can just log into AWS and click on workspaces and say create, deploy the workspace, select Windows or Linux desktop. Next, finish, it will deploy. It's very, very simple. Okay, so any other questions you have? If anybody want to repeat the sessions, they can join at morning 9 o'clock batch. If somebody want to repeat again the new sessions, there is a 9 o'clock batch, which is right now networking is started. And if you want to have a revision again, you can join in that batch.
Samir, it's a weekend batch?
Weekend only, Saturday, Sunday, morning 9 o'clock.
Okay, so kindly send it in group. Okay.
Yeah. You just ping me. I'll add you in that. I'll share you that link every Saturday, Sunday, 9 o'clock.
Okay, I can. Okay, sir, I can ping you.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
And please complete the assessments. And thank you all for your time. And have a good luck. And anybody who needs a resume help, please bring me one by one. First, send me your existing profiles. I will see that. Then I'll respond you. If I'm not responding, don't worry, because I am working for 4 to 5 companies providing the solution. So I'll be a little late, but I'll definitely help you. But I'll respond you. Just give some time. If I'm not responding, ping me back. I'll definitely respond you. Okay.
Okay.
I need some help to delete a directory which is not deleting and it's creating billing.
Which directory?
I have created one AD connector directory.
So if you want to delete the directory, first you need to remove the connections from the back. Okay, first you remove the...
I have deleted all roles and users, everything, but the deletion is creating problem.
Okay, no problem. What you do is that 3 o'clock, evening 6 o'clock after, just share me, because I am having training now. So once
Okay.
it is done, I can spend some time to see what it is, why it is not deleting. But definitely from the back end, if you delete, it will delete.
Okay, so I will ping you 6 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay. Thank you.